The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle.
It was night, and some fireflies danced around the moon. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun came up. A friendly ladybug flew in from the left. It saw a leaf with many aphids on it, and decided to have them for breakfast. But just then, a grouchy ladybug flew in from the right. It too saw the aphids, and wanted them for breakfast. "Good morning," said the friendly ladybug.
Go away,
Shouted the grouchy ladybug.
I want those aphids.
"We can share them," suggested the friendly ladybug.
No, they are mine, all mine,
Screamed the grouchy ladybug.
or do you want to fight me for them?
"If you insist," answered the friendly ladybug sweetly. It looked the other bug straight in the eye. The grouchy ladybug stepped back. It looked less sure of itself.
Oh, you're not big enough for me to fight,
It said. "Then why don't you pick on somebody bigger?"
I'll do that,
screeched the grouchy ladybug.
I'll show you.
It puffed itself up and flew off. At 6 o'clock, it met a yellow jacket.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the yellow jacket, showing its stinger.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 7 o'clock, it met a stag beetle.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the stag beetle, opening its jaws.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 8 o'clock, it came across a praying mantis.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the praying mantis, reaching out with its long front legs.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 9 o'clock, it almost flew into a sparrow.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the sparrow, opening its sharp beak.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 10 o'clock, it saw a lobster.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the lobster, stretching its claws.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 11 o'clock, it bumped into a skunk.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
wanna fight?
"If you insist," said the skunk, starting to lift its tail.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 12 noon, it spotted a boa constrictor.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the snake. "Right after lunch."
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 1 o'clock, it happened upon a hyena.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist," said the hyena, laughing eerily and showing its teeth.
Oh, you're not big enough,
Said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 2 o'clock, it met a gorilla.
Hey you,
Said the grouchy ladybug.
want to fight?
"If you insist,"
Said the gorilla, beating its chest. Oh, you're not big enough,
said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 3 o'clock, It ran into a rhinoceros.
"Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug. "Want a fight?" "If you insist," said the rhinoceros, lowering its horn. "Oh, you're not big enough," said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off.
At 4 o'clock, it encountered an elephant.
"Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug. "Want a fight?"
"If you insist," said the elephant, raising its trunk and showing its big tusks.
"Oh, you're not big enough,"
said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off.
At 5 o'clock,
it met a whale.
"Hey you," said the grouchy ladybug. "Want a fight?"
But the whale did not answer at all.
"You're not big enough anyway,"
said the grouchy ladybug, and flew off. At 5:15, the grouchy ladybug said to one of the whale's flippers,
"Hey you, want a fight?"
But it got no answer, so it flew on. At 5:30, the grouchy ladybug said to the whale's fin,
"Hey you, want a fight?"
But it got no answer, so it flew on. At 5:45, the grouchy ladybug said to the whale's tail,
"Hey you, want a fight?"
And the whale's tail gave the grouchy ladybug such a slap that it flew across the sea and across the land. At 6 o'clock, the grouchy ladybug arrived right back where it had started from. "Ah, here you are again," said the friendly ladybug. "You must be hungry. There are still some aphids left. You can have them for dinner."
"Oh, thank you,"
said the wet, tired, and hungry ladybug. "You're welcome." Soon all the aphids were gone. "Thank you," said the leaf.
"You are welcome,"
answered both ladybugs, and they went to sleep. The fireflies, who had been sleeping all day, came out to dance around the moon. The end. The Mixed-Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved on to a brown tree and turned brownish. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. When the chameleon moved slowly across the yellow sand, it turned yellowish. You could hardly see it. When the chameleon was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. But when it was cold and hungry, it turned grey and dull. When the chameleon was hungry, it sat still and waited. Only its eyes moved up, down, sideways, until it spotted a fly. Then the chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. That was its life. It was not very exciting. But one day, the chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. The chameleon thought, "How small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white, like a polar bear." And the chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. "I wish I could be handsome like a flamingo." "I wish I could be smart like a fox." "I wish I could swim like a fish." "I wish I could run like a deer." I wish I could see things far away, like a giraffe. I wish I could hide in a shell, like a turtle. I wish I could be strong, like an elephant. I wish I could be funny, like a seal. I wish I could be like people. Just then, a fly flew by. The chameleon was very hungry, but the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this, and it was a little of that, and it couldn't catch the fly. I wish I could be myself. The chameleon's wish came true, and it caught the fly. The end.
The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? One of the seed flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on. But the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally the wind stops, and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by. The sun shines. Rain falls. The seed grows so round and full they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed. And it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry!
But finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbors grow even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it, and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter. The night grows cooler. And the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. The end. I hoped you enjoyed the tiny seed's journey. Please like and subscribe for more animated stories. Slowly, 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 said the Sloth, by Eric Carle. Slowly, 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 a sloth crawled along a branch of a tree. Slowly, 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 the sloth ate a leaf. Slowly, 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 the sloth fell asleep. Slowly, 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 the sloth woke up. All day long, the sloth hung upside down in the tree. All night long, the sloth hung upside down in the tree. Even when it rained, the sloth hung upside down in the tree. Why are you so slow? The howler monkey asked one day. But the sloth didn't answer. Why are you so quiet? The caiman asked, but the sloth didn't answer.
Why are you so boring?
the anteater asked, but the sloth didn't answer.
Tell me,
said the jaguar,
why are you so lazy?
the sloth thought and thought and thought for a long, long, long time. Finally, the sloth replied, "It is true that I am slow, quiet, and boring. I am lackadaisical. I dawdle and I dilly-dally. I am also unflappable, languid, stoic, impassive, sluggish, lethargic, placid, calm, mellow, laid back, and, well, slothful. I am relaxed and tranquil, and I like to live in peace. But I am not lazy." Then the sloth yawned and said, "That's just how I am. I like to do things slowly, slowly, slowly." Armadillo, toucan, anaconda, huatzin, poison dart frog, postman butterfly, anteater, bat, yellow spotted river turtle, peccary, tapir, puma, double-crested basilisk, caiman, jaguar, macaw, spider monkey, coati, leaf-cutting ants, howler monkey, porcupine, cock of the rock. The end. Did you manage to spot all of these animals in the sloth's story? Go back and try to find them. In the meantime, please like and subscribe, but not too slowly.